So hey guys, how's it going? So here it is. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on Levi Ski Resort. It's opening weekend this weekend, and I think they did a fabulous job spreading out this snow. It's incredible how they did all this. Um, yeah, there's a couple of wet spots I see that they've got going on out here in the middle, but it's starting to get colder throughout the weeks, and I just think it's neat how they did all this. As you can see right here, they built these ramps for the more advanced skiers out here, which this is just really neat how they did this. And it's not just, like I said, this one slope that they've got going on here to open up their ski for earlier ski season here. What is it, October 4th, their opening weekend. I'm sure sometime later this month they'll probably get their first snowfall and for them to start turning on the snow blowers. This is not cold enough yet. But I wanted to give you a chance to see how well that they spread out the snow for all of this. And like I said, I just think it's neat how that they put in all these extra loops and stuff up here for the advanced skiers. So we're going to pause it here for a second, and I'm going to take you to the other channel. So here it is over here at the top of the hill looking down into the valley where the hotel is. You've got the hotel down here, and they've got the ski lifts going, and I believe this ski shuffler that they have right here, this is new this year, and you can see clearly where they have taken the ski piece here where they spread out the snow. They had this secondary mound that was sitting right here, and they have spread it all the way over here where they have their, what do they call those, gondolas, where they go up and down to the hotel. They shuffle the people up and down these trams here. This is pretty neat how they did all this. But like I said, this is the bigger slope over here, and then they spread it over across the way here. I'm going to give you a better look on all of this, but this is looking up from the top of the hillside here where the other hotel and stuff is. As you can see, they got all the other lakes and stuff out here. Just a really beautiful scenery how they've got all this built up here in Levi. But let me pause it here, and I'm going to take you down to the bottom. So here we are down here on the bottom. This is 0 Point over here in Finland. I believe a couple of my viewers that commented on my last post said that they had the opportunity and was staying down here at one of the hotels, and that this place was just absolutely amazing. You know, since I first stumbled across this channel, I just think this place is absolutely amazing. And if I ever had the opportunity to ever go here, this would be the one place I would love to go. That and to the Hotel Finsay where they filmed, I believe it was the Empire Strikes Back, the second part to the Star Wars, and with what's his name, Hamill and Carrie Fisher. They all stayed up there at the hotel, up there in the snow, up there at that Hotel Finsay where they did the Star Wars, and they got a big thing that they do over there to represent the Star Wars over there. Sometimes they have some of the people that work there break out in their stormtrooper costumes and things like that to welcome the people that come in on the train. And then they have down inside of the lobby, they actually break out and play the Star Wars movies, and they got all the history and the pictures and things inside on the walls where Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford and them stayed at the hotel, all their pictures and things, which I think is really neat. And like I said, that's Hotel Finsay at the rail station there. You can check that out as well. I did have a channel where you could go and look that up, but for some reason the place over there on YouTube where I was watching it has lost their channel. they actually have the video clips and stuff that where you can go and look at the information on the hotel and video clips of other people that have stayed there. But here's down here on point zero, back over here at, like I said, at Levi. I wanted to show you down here on the bottom where they, like I said, this is opening weekend, where this is the other slope where they had all the big piles of snow. And this is where the main lifts are over here. But this is opening weekend. As you can see, they spread the snow all the way over here. And I believe these are their registration booths and all their things that they've got going on to the skiers. I mean, that would be really neat to be able to go over there on opening weekend and stuff like that. They got the lifts for all the people. And like I said, they have all the, it's going to go up here to the top up here where we just were at, looking down into the valley. But this is just so neat. You're going to get to see the other part here in a second, as soon as the camera pans over there. Like I said, it takes them up to the top of the hill. And here goes the other lift. Like I said, this takes them up to the top of the hotel, which is up here at the top of the hill that looks down into the valley. This is really neat how that they've really have built Levi here. Said they have the ski lifts. I don't know how many lifts that they have. They have quite a bit, but it's all over the valley. And every time I watch their channels, you never know what you're going to see between the wild animals or the golf course or their bikes that they have going on during the summer season. And like I said, you get to see the skiers going down the slopes as soon as the full season kicks in. You'll be able to get to see how advanced these slopes become the further into the season it comes. So right now it says it's 7 Fahrenheit. So you double that, it's 14, and then add 30. So it's 44 degrees there currently. This last week, I know it got down to 1 Celsius, which made it down to like 32, but it's still not quite freezing just yet, but it's getting there. But this is pretty cool. Like I said, this is opening weekend over here in Levi Ski Resort. You get a chance, go over there and check out their channel. Like I said, this is opening weekend after they spread out their snow on the slopes. So I'm going to pause it here a second, and I'm going to take you over to one of their other channels where they've turned into their one of their flat ski tracks that they have. Well, here is the other piece. This is actually part of the golf course. This section over here. Sometimes you see the people come and they golf, and you can see the different animals. Sometimes you see the flocks come with their chicks or the geese. You see them out on the field with all their chicks. Sometimes you see tons of rabbits. But this is actually their packed snow where they have actually put it for the flat skiers to come in. This was all grass and roadway here this last week, but look at they've all added within the last couple of days. I've been watching them do all this, and I was amazed to see that they actually finished it. Yesterday it was to here, and then today they finally finished it out. But this is, like I said, this is the snow-packed trail that they have that actually connects on the other side, which I will show you here in a second. Let me pause it out and we'll head over to that channel. So this is one of their other channels that they have. This is where, like I said, they have their bikers come and they do these different courses. But as you can see, they had more of the snowfall that was packed up here. I'm not quite sure what they did here or if they're still spreading it out, but I know that they have another one up here at the top of the hill that they're still working on. But you can see as they have the other track back here that they've got it all covered over that goes through. So You can see they still got the bikes going on through here in the back, the different trails. But I'm sure that they're going to have those, like I said, the other track back here is going to be covered with snow. This is one of their other lifts. I don't know what number it is, but so let's pause it out and head over to the other. So here's part of the other track. I was just telling you that the guy that we just watched coming from the golf course come up through the back here, coming through the snows here. Do you see? Oh, they got some kind of event going on apparently. But this is another one of their ski lifts that they have as soon as the snow gets in and fills up the rest of the their snow season. Let's see. This is pretty cool. Like I said, this is opening weekend over at Lee Ski Resort. If you get a chance, head on over. Check out their live channels. They've got a lot going on over there. I just wanted to give you guys an update on their current conditions over there and their, like I said, live skiing that they have. I think this is just so amazing how we can go and watch all of this. And like I said, I watched them from the end of the season last year, pile up all that snow to them spreading it out here this last week and preparing for this season's ski. So let's check it out. One more channel. So here's one of their other live channels. Usually they get a lot of the little kids. They come in and they use these shufflers where the kids get inside of them. It's kind of like an escalator where they get on this belt and it shuffles them to the other side on both sides. Later on in the season, you'll be able to see them as soon as the snow comes in and the rest of it. It actually looks like that they've got some of the snow over here on the other track over here. But like I said, this is pretty cool. Let's head on back over to their main ski slope. Like I said, everybody, this is opening weekend over here at Levi Ski Resort in Finland. It's currently 12:37 in the afternoon there and 2:37 a.m. here in Arizona, Buckeye, Arizona. If you get a chance, go over there, check out their channels. Again, that's Levi Ski Resort. This is an updated thing that you want to check out their channels. Wanted to give you a heads up on how they finally got the snow spread out. Like I said, go over there and check out their channels. Thank you so much for watching my video. Oh, look at this guy wiped out on a snowboard. That's pretty slick. Anyway, we shall see you on the flip side of the snow.